Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show. It's Monday. I'm Peter Martin. Thank you very much for joining us. Alan Ruff and Barry Ferguson are with me here in the studio to look back over the weekend's events and, of course, look forward to what we hope will be a successful time for Alex McLeish's Scotland side. We'll also be talking about some of these points from the news today. Well, let's start at Ibrox because, Barry, I think you, me and Ruffy had our worst possible week of predictions. I don't think we predicted too many games correctly. I don't think too many people would have won a lot of money in Scottish football. This one, in the end, didn't go according to plan yet again for Steven Gerrard. Yep, I'm sure he's a frustrated manager. I says on Friday, I didn't think he would have to do much in the team talk. I thought he would have got a response off the team after that disappointing result against Aberdeen in the quarter-final of the Cup. But quite simply, it's not good enough, and he knows that. I listened to his interview after the game. You can't give teams a goalie a start. You need to come out the traps, make it uncomfy for them, try and score that vital goal within the first 10-15 minutes. And then Kilmarnock's game plan would go out the window. But if you give Kilmarnock, who are a good team under Stevie Clarke, you give them a goal at a start, it's going to be hard to get it back. So overall, very, very disappointing for Rangers. Here's how the 1-1 draw just fitted into Gabriel Antoniazzi. Our reporters look back over the weekend's games.
Aberdeen's poor run of form at Pittodrie continues with only one win in 9. Niall McGinn did its best to change that with a well-taken volley, but Craig Sibbald levelled things for Livingston just before the break. Hamilton Accies took a huge step towards Premiership safety with a 1-0 win over Hearts. Aaron McGowan made the difference on Saturday, scoring a stunning first goal for his club, looping the ball in after a raking crossfield pass from Mikael Miller. Paul Heckingbottom furthered his unbeaten start in the league with a 2-0 win versus Motherwell, cementing Hibs' bid for a top 6 finish. An impressive display again from Hibs, encapsulated by Mark McNulty, who scored his 7th goal in as many games from the penalty spot. No win for the 4th game in a row for Rangers, as Steven Gerrard's men were booed off at Ibrox, with Kilmarnock heading home with a share of the spoils. A dirty game could have been won by either team, and the result all but ends Rangers' title hopes this season. And Celtic left it late again, as an Odsonne Edouard goal gave them a 96th minute winner over a well-drilled 11th place Dundee side, sending them 10 points clear at the top of the table, much to the delight of interim boss Neil Lennon. OK, to the positives of that game at Ibrox. First of all, Kilmarnock get a goal, which I couldn't work out. You can talk to me about it from a goalkeeper's perspective, Ravik. Couldn't work out what Alan McGregor was doing.
I think 5 or 10 minutes before that there was a tackle, and I think he ran for his box, and I think the referee gave him a yellow card. So he was already on a yellow card, so I think he running through his mind, obviously knew what was happening. The player, if it came into the box and maybe dived at his feet, it's another yellow card or whatever. So you could tell he wasn't 100% sure on what to do, because he didn't want to get sent off.
Yeah, Morelos' goal was top drawer, but yet again, he finds himself in a situation where tomorrow he could face a ban if they decide to take action for his lash out at Kirk Broadfoot. I actually think Kirk Broadfoot could be in trouble as well. Yeah, I've watched a bit of it. I don't think there's much in it. It's a bit of handbags. It happens. They've obviously been at each other the full first 45 minutes of the game. I think they should just leave it at that. Listen, 2 bookings is sufficient for me. But it needs to, again, it's that part of his game that his reputation might go against him, which is going to be worrying for Rangers, because at this moment in time, Rangers need him. Because again, he's come up with an important goal to get at least a point, because it was a fantastic goal, let's be honest. The finish was great. But he just needs to be careful. I don't want to see that get took out his game. I like that bit of devilment about him. But he just needs to be wary that guys are going to try and wind him up. They're going to try and take his mind off his game. He's just
for me, the bigger man walks away, and he needs to realise that.
Yeah, okay, I'll be brutal on this, Ruffy. How Greg Aitken, the referee, did not hand out 2 red cards leaves me utterly bemused. 2 red cards, Stonewallers. The Goldson one is outrageous. Stuart Finlay as well, I thought, was a red card too.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the only good thing about it, all the yellow cards he dished out, were that it should have got them as well. You know, some of the tackles were very late. You know, I don't think there were any malice in them, but they were all yellow cards. I think it was 4 or 5. Yeah, so I think you're right with these 2 incidents, but he's got to make his mind up and do it. You know, he's the only one that can answer why he didn't.
Okay, I'll leave Rangers on this last point, Barry. If they lose by a couple of goals at Celtic Park on the 31st of March, some will be calling for the manager's head.
Yeah, but that's the nature of being a Rangers manager. You're going to be under pressure. It's not been a great week for him, but I still stand by what I say. I do think he is the right man for the job. I mean, if you look at Rangers now to they were a year ago, I do honestly believe they're a better team. But there needs to be quality added to that squad, and he knows that.
Well, the stats don't back that up, Barry. When you think about all these...
Well, if I'm watching Rangers, Peter, I'm enjoying watching Rangers than I did with the previous manager.
Yeah.
I know the results aren't stacking up at times. I know in big games they've let themselves down. But that's when you need big characters. He still needs to go and get 3 or 4 big characters for me, because when you play under pressure constantly at a club like Rangers, the fans demand, and you've got to handle the demands. If you don't handle the demands, you can't be there.
Dundee 0, Celtic 1. I looked at the board. It said 6 minutes of injury time. I wondered where he was getting 6 minutes in the first place, Ruffy. You can shed some light on it.
Yeah, I can. The referee said there was 3 head knocks during it. Obviously, the recovery time from that could be 2 minutes quite easily, and then you've got the substitutions. And unfortunately, no, I'm just saying.
Ruffy's now, Alec. Ruffy's now. He did this. He looked up and went, well, you know, head knocks, 2 minutes. Then the substitutions. That's 3. So there's 5.
No,
and what's the last one?
No, your head knock, you're on the ground for a wee lot longer than a
so
couple
maybe
of minutes.
3 minutes then, right?
Yeah,
okay.
so no, I mean, I don't think the referee was trying to cheat Dundee out of the game.
No, I just wanted to get a kind of an insight into yourself. So there's a minute each head knock.
No, obviously every head knock's different. How long they're down on the ground for, I don't know how long they were down for, but I can see if that was the case why 6 minutes would go up there. But the other sense about it as well, if Celtic didn't score in the 6 minutes, it gives Dundee 6 minutes to get a goal.
Yeah.
No, so it goes both ways.
I'm not knocking them scoring the goal. I'm looking, I'm thinking, I didn't see 6 minutes, and obviously you were able to mention to us that there were 3 head knocks plus the substitution, which is fine. Because at the end of the day, I've heard some people criticising Neil Lennon for jumping and running down the side. Some people need to have a long, hard look at themselves.
Listen, I'm not having people that do that. Criticise, sorry. Look, it's 30 seconds to go. Celtic score a vital goal to make them go 10 points clear of Rangers. What do people want him to do? Sit in the dugout and cross his arms? If that's me in the sidelines and my team score 30 seconds before the end of the game, I'm running up and down that touchline like a madman.
Even if it was against a team from the bottom?
I don't care who it's against.
Yeah, that's my point on it.
I don't care. Listen, I'm all for people celebrating.
I think people have to realise that every individual manager standing at the side has a different mentality or a different passion. Some like just to stand there, some like to show, their feelings. And I think the supporter likes to see a manager who really feels what the supporters are feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, as far as the board's concerned, they'll be feeling good. They released a statement on their finances. Celtic plc pleased to provide the following trading update in respect of 30th of June 2019. The club has continued to enjoy favourable trading performance, including receiving a material compensation payment for Brendan Rodgers to Leicester. Because of this, Celtic now expect to exceed market expectations for the current financial year. That £9 million has served them well. So there you have it. That's the good news coming out of Celtic as far as the finances from Brendan Rodgers' departure. They've been compensated. And on the park, 10 points clear at the top with the Old Firm game looming at Celtic Park. Give us your thoughts on that on social media, on Twitter, on YouTube, and of course Facebook. We will also, on a Monday, start off our quiz. This one could be a tough one. There's a great Glasgow word that sums up Ruffy and Barry's face. It's glaikit, meaning they don't have a Scooby about the answer for that one. Even I'm struggling at that one, Ruffy. I didn't put that quiz question.
I think it'll take us to Friday. I think it'll take us more to sort of really study it. And,
Can you work a computer?
No, I'll just be all up here.
All the knowledge, absolutely. And don't forget, if you're looking for any kind of exact timing on head knocks for injury time, Ruffy's your man. He'll tell you exactly how long they're going to get. Anyway, talking about a disastrous weekend for us as far as predictions, Aberdeen go in the lead against Livingston. They've been on a high since knocking out Rangers, and you're thinking to yourself, they'll go on and score another goal, but suddenly they get done by the typical Livingston set piece.
Yep, I know. Derek must be scratching his head after going to Celtic Park and getting that great point in the league, and then obviously the performance against Rangers midweek. You're fully expecting Aberdeen to come out with confidence and take the 3 points. So he'll be disappointed, but listen, you've got to take your hat off to Livy. Their away form's not been great, and that's a great point for Gary Holt's team.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Holt and them can plan for next season in the Premiership, which is great, because I don't think too many people expected that. It's been a great season for them, but I just looked at the Aberdeen result. They haven't won at Pittodrie in 6 games. I mean, it's just not good enough. And when you think about it, 8 points behind Rangers, this could have been another season where Derek could have potentially had a cup finals place if they defeat Celtic and catch Rangers, but I don't think they'll do it now.
No, I don't think they will, but I mean, as far as Derek's concerned, and Barry being a manager as well, they're the kind of things that you sit at night and ponder on yourself and wonder how, why. How can we be so good away from home, and at home we just can't turn it around? It might be the old case of there's more pressure at home, the fans demand a lot more for the players, a lot more consistency. Maybe the players can't live up to that expectation, particularly at home, but away from home they feel a wee bit more relaxed.
Is Craig Levein going to come under pressure before the end of the season? I had a chat with Anne Bunch, and she said he's not bomb-proof. Everybody thinks that there's no way he will leave that job. She's already said he would go back to being director of football, but on the park right now, without Stephen Naismith, they are not a good side to watch. Yeah,
he'll know himself. He's got to be under pressure. The Hearts fans are a demanding set of supporters, and I think they made it known. Well, they did make it known, because I'd watched the highlights and I heard them after the game. They weren't happy with it. If you look at Hearts' squad, I do think they've got a lot of good players in there. But as you say, one guy I think makes him tick. Not just his ability on the part, but his leadership qualities as well. Naisy, he's a massive miss. But listen, Craig Levein must be feeling a bit of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Ruffy, apart from anything else, I'm not in any way diminishing the role other players have to play in the team, but the style changes when Naismith's there. He links up, he brings other players in from the midfield. He's got a great first touch. He works his socks off. I mean, the boy Vanacek came in. Everybody thought he was going to be scoring goals from January. He was unfit. The manager leathered him for his state of his fitness. We haven't seen hiding or hair of him. He comes on and he hooks him in that game as well. I mean,
No, I think Stephen Naismith's got more to offer than just on the park. I think even in the dressing room before the games, I think although he would be able to G up most of the Scottish boys, but I think the foreign boys would get where he's coming from on the park as well. So I think the influence of him there, the way he keeps everybody going, is a big factor as well. But you're right as well. I mean, he scores goals, he links up, he assists other people scoring goals, and that's why he's a big miss.
Yeah,
he's the type of player, he sets the tone of the team. I mean, he's whether that's closing men down or doing something special, either it's a pass or popping up with a goal. He is a massive miss, and it's amazing that one player, I'm not saying one player makes a team, but certainly Hearts without Stevie Naismith struggle.
Are we being unkind to Hamilton because they scored a great goal to win it, and I'm looking at the table and they're 24 points, 18 is Dundee, 17 is St Mirren.
Well, you know, I've got a soft spot for Hamilton. I'm going to go against them every weekend now, because every time I go against them they get a decent result. Listen, they thoroughly deserve to beat Hearts. No doubt about that. And that's a decent wee cushion now for them, 6 points. I think another couple of wins, they'll no need to worry about Dundee or St Mirren. Yeah,
you just can't write them off. They're unbelievable. Everybody tips them and they just keep defying us.
They seem to go in a run of 7 or 8 games without picking up anything. And then all of a sudden, when it comes to the main bit, they get the 3 points. They get the 3 points to put pressure on everybody else below them.
Are we about to witness, and we love it because we regularly go to Edinburgh, Ruffy, are we about to witness a change in the natural order again? I love the battle with it because some Hibs players have been tweeting it out and mentioning the fact that, you know, they're only 2 points behind Hearts now. This is a battle in the top 6.
Yeah, well, I think there's been a lot of toing and froing when Hibs were so far away from Hearts that obviously the Hibs fans are now responding that we're not that far behind you, and we've got a big game coming up that could overtake you. So I think that's good for the city. I think it's good when you get that kind of rivalry going on, and I think we all like a derby game.
Yeah, what do you make of the predictions, Ruffy? I had my worst week of all time. But still, at that point, 14 points ahead of Barry. Can you catch Barry to somehow deny yourself that night out?
Well, I closed up with 2 points at the weekend. I think I'm running out of weeks, so if I can get maybe 4 a week, you know, that might give me a wee chance if I could just edge it. But I think you two might have just lost it at the weekend, so I'm hoping that's a sort of it just carries on, you know.
Well, 8 games left, Ruffy. There's still a chance for you. You just never know. Now, Alex McLeish hit with a wave of injuries. There's obviously the Stephen Fletcher situation, which reared its ugly head as well. Andy Robertson's out of the game against Kazakhstan with a dental issue. Charlie Mulgrew, Jordan Archer, Barry Bannon also out. And as you look at it, Liam Kelly and Stuart Finlay in. Should we start to worry, Ruffy?
No, I don't think so. I think if we're going to start worrying about a team that's only won twice in 30 games, and that's the first game, you know, I don't know what San Marino's stats are, but I think we've got enough in midfield. I think we've got enough enthusiasm. You know, obviously Forrest's in there, Armstrong's in there, McGinn scoring and playing well, McTominay's getting games now, and wee Fraser, really impressed with him. So I think the midfield is strong enough to beat these two sides. Okay, we know we've not got a prolific goal scorer up front, and our back four is all over the place, but for me, I don't think we should be in the back foot in any of these two games. We should be going forward and winning them.
Yeah, I agree with Ruffy. Look, it's disappointing guys pull out. I'm sure Andy Robertson, it's a genuine problem because that guy...
Well, listen, if he gets the operation and it's...
I've seen that he would pay for his own flight, so that
tells you everything you want to know about a captain.
That just sums the guy up for me. He's in a different level just now. Watch him, whether it be in the Champions League or watched him again yesterday against Fulham. The guy, just every single time, it looks to me if he's getting better and better. Doesn't look out of place. He'll be a big miss, but listen, that just sums him up. If he can make it over, he'll pay for his own flight. That just shows you how much he wants to be there. Yeah,
let's hope we get the 2 wins that we crave. You mentioned Fulham. Suddenly, Ruffy, as we finish, we always like to talk about football north and south of the border. Suddenly, Liverpool are back on top. I've had a look at the fixtures and the run-in for Liverpool and the run-in for Manchester City, who are chasing the quadruple. Boy, dare I say it, I actually think they've got a run-in which suggests they could do it, Ruffy. I believe they can do it. I know I've got a leaning towards Liverpool, but I think they can do it. Tottenham and I think Chelsea are the only 2 games that you would think, and they're at home.
They don't have to beat each other at all, Man City and Liverpool. No. I think it's all about bottle. It's all about, you know, what players handle it better than others. You know, I know they're all top class players, they're all playing at the highest level, but it doesn't matter what team you're in, you've got to stand up and be counted. Some of these games might not be going for you. You know, you've got to have players in the team that can stand up and be counted.
What about as a player, Barry? There was a season, I think, where you were chasing everything and the pressure mounts.
Oh, it does. Listen, there's no doubt about it, but I look at a Liverpool team now, if this... You look at the squad they've got one guy that sticks out for me, Big Van Dijk at the back. He's just a man mountain. He just oozes quality. But there will be pressure. But these guys, they've played at the highest level. They can handle it. I've no doubt about it. And I'm with you. I've got a sneaky feeling that Liverpool could do it. Looking at the running, they've got the better running.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much to Ruffy and, of course, Barry Ferguson. Don't forget, Monday to Friday, as well as the quiz, you get a chance to win yourself a T-shirt in your team's favourite colours as well. We are here every day to talk about the football issues of the day, and, of course, in greater detail, we'll start looking at those two Scotland crucial qualifiers.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.